And we begin tonight in a West Valley school district where several teachers are resigning, saying that school district leaders are bullying them and not taking their concerns seriously. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Tram Mai. Caribe has the night off. This was all discussed during a very fiery meeting out at the Liberty Elementary School District in Buckeye. That's where we find 12 News journalist Chase Golightly. And Chase, district leaders had to actually stop that meeting multiple times because of the crowd.
Tram, Mark, a police officer actually had to come into the room, the board, threatening to potentially kick some people out because of how heated these arguments became. And again, it all centers around parents and teachers not happy with the way leadership is handling things here.
And that is against district policy. Every one of you know it.
Liberty Elementary School District's regular board meeting was standing room only.
Your focus on targeting teachers rather than protecting students is unconscionable.
The majority of people here upset with the school board's recent decisions.
Tonight, you will confirm my resignation.
Leading to a handful of teachers quitting, claiming district leadership has put policies in place that prevent them from helping students dealing with conflicts. Some even claim they've been targeted by certain board members.
Due to the unsafe working conditions and the learning environment for students.
Because of this unending bullying, if we don't stand up to this board, we will not be allowed to teach.
One now former teacher even claiming it's putting students' learning in jeopardy.
For the first 25 days, that was my last day of school, both Liberty kindergartens have had extreme, excessive behaviors affecting all students and myself.
When board member Chris Kenyon spoke on the resignations.
Most of these resignations are just people who are unsatisfied. They don't want to be. Please let me speak.
Excuse me.
He was interrupted by the crowd, many saying they feel they're not being respected as educators. The yelling eventually forced the meeting to go into a brief recess. When they returned, the arguments continued, especially when one man in support of the district spoke out.
There are street gangs in New York City that have talked less violently than these people have tonight.
It eventually led to a police officer getting involved.
Please stand by. We may need to remove a few people here.
Also tonight, teachers and parents were upset with the governing board electing a new president after the previous one resigned. Teachers claiming that this new president has actually been targeting teachers to try to get them out of the classroom, to quit or even move to a new school. When we tried to ask the new board president about that, they did decline to comment. We're live in Buckeye tonight. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
New tonight, police are looking for a suspect who appeared to shoot at traffic signs in Phoenix. Phoenix police say they responded to a shots fired call yesterday afternoon at 20th Street and Sheridan. When 12 News arrived at the scene, there was a sign across the intersection riddled with bullet holes. So far, officers haven't been able to make out a license plate or anything else identifiable about the vehicle or the shooter. If you know anything, give police or a silent witness a call.
New tonight, we've learned the name of the man who died after a crash involving a city bus in Phoenix. Officials say it happened around 5 this morning at a city bus yard located near 79th Avenue in Van Buren. 59-year-old George Miletis was pronounced dead at the scene, and 2 other adults were taken to the hospital. Investigators say those adults were driving a large van that ran over Miletis before hitting a city bus. Police tell us their investigation remains active tonight.
It is unbelievable. We broke another heat record in the valley today, marking 14 straight days we've seen record highs in the valley. Meteorologist Lindsay Riley is here with your weather impact forecast. And Linz, it looks like that streak isn't coming to an end anytime soon.
It's not. It could end around 21 days. So we could be still talking consecutive records through next Monday. Even though our temps over the next couple days will finally fall below 110, we're still going to be in the 106, 107 range, which is way above average. Today, we topped out at 110 for the 70th time this summer. That's That's the most days that we've had 110s in a given summer. The previous record was 104, so we beat it by 6 degrees. Average right now is 93. Another record-setting day and another day with excessive heat for tomorrow. That's why we have a weather impact alert day. Temps will start off pretty nice, but you're going to have to get outside around 7 to 8 a.m. to feel those 80s, because by 11 a.m. we're already in the triple digits. We will camp out in the triple digits all afternoon, and even as we get toward Wednesday and Thursday, just because we're not in an excessive heat warning anymore, it's not going to feel much better. 106 Wednesday, 106 again on Thursday. I'm continuing to track those records and also look ahead to the latest track of Hurricane Milton in my full forecast. Tram.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. It's been over a month since a 13-year-old boy went missing from a car wash in Tolleson. Elijah Gumbus was last seen back on August 31st, and police say they're extremely concerned. Tonight, we're hearing from Tolleson police about the latest in their investigation. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono joins us now live in studio with that story. Bianca?
Yeah, Trim, we've obtained surveillance footage from that car wash, and it shows that all it took was a few seconds for Elijah to disappear. What started as a road trip with a quick stop at this car wash at 83rd Avenue and McDowell in Tolleson has led to a missing child. Surveillance footage from around 7 o'clock in the morning on August 31st shows 13-year-old Elijah Gumbus get out of his mom's car wearing a red shirt, then jog west. Seconds later, his mother is heard calling out his name. He hasn't been seen or heard from since.
We're extremely concerned. We're very involved. We have a detective that is 100% dedicated to just this case.
Tolleson Police Lieutenant Lee Garrett speaking with 12 News over the phone about the case. Over a month has gone by since Elijah's disappearance.
He was on a major roadway as well, so there's a lot of areas there that he could have either met with somebody or taken off or hid or something like that.
Garrett says Elijah and his mom live in California and were on their way to Louisiana for her work. As far as police know, they have no ties to Arizona, making this case even more concerning.
We don't know how he would have connected with somebody here.
Police say there is a history of custody issues between Elijah's mom and dad, but neither live in Arizona, and police have confirmed Elijah is not with either of them. Tolleson PD now teaming up with the FBI and National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to widen their search, focusing on Arizona, California, Louisiana, and Nevada, exhausting all leads to bring this 13-year-old who was gone in mere seconds home safely.
He's not a very big kid, so he's somebody that would stand out. He's got a very young face, so we're hoping that somebody will see this and realize that if he's on the streets or if he's with somebody he shouldn't, then they will call 911 immediately.
And police say Elijah's mom stated she witnessed Elijah get into a maroon SUV, though police have not been able to confirm that. If you have any information about Elijah's whereabouts or believe you may have seen him, contact Tolleson Police at the phone number on your screen. We're live in studio tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. One man is dead after a road rage shooting at a busy Glendale intersection this morning. And now the investigation is centered on whether or not the shooter has a valid self-defense claim after he said his life was in danger. Police say evidence suggests that 23-year-old Ramsey Saldano Lopez cut off another truck, which prompted the driver to get out and confront Saldano Lopez at his window. A fight ensued, and police say Saldano Lopez fired a single shot from his gun, killing the 23-year-old driver. Saldano Lopez has not been arrested, but a Valley attorney says that could change if the other driver did not threaten his life with a weapon of his own.
You as a person have to prove that your self-defense is justified, meaning that you just can't pull out a weapon and shoot somebody just from a verbal altercation. You have to show people that you were in harm, that maybe your life was threatened, and that could be by a gun or by a bat or by some sort of weapon.
Saldano Lopez stayed on the scene after the shooting and is cooperating, which is the investigation is still active tonight. The name of the man who was killed has not been released.
Now to Decision 2024 as we kick off what's going to be a very busy week here in Arizona. Both presidential campaigns have trips planned in the coming days. Up first tomorrow, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff is holding an event in Phoenix. He's set to speak at a Get Out the Vote rally as well as a Republicans for Harris organizing event. On Wednesday, vice presidential candidates Tim Walz and J.D. Vance, they will each hold events on the first day that early ballots are being mailed out. Walz will be in the Valley before heading to Tucson for a rally there, and Vance is set to host a town hall in Mesa. Donald Trump Jr. was set to visit Arizona, but 12 News has learned that he canceled that visit because of Hurricane Milton. And then on Friday, Vice President Kamala Harris will hold a campaign event right here in the Valley. Details haven't been shared by the campaign yet, but you can find the latest information on all these events on 12news.com.
And if you aren't registered to vote yet, you've got less than 2 hours to get it done. The deadline is coming up tonight at midnight. If you need to register or you aren't sure of your voting status, you can use the 12 News Voter Guide to find out. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now or go to 12news.com/voter guide. In addition to voter registration and requesting a ballot, you can get a personalized list of all the measures that will be on your specific ballot. And once you've done your research, you can print out your selections and take it with you to the polls.